This is a quick look at the Sony MEX-N6001BD. This is a Bluetooth radio, also with DAB. Because it's a Sony Bluetooth radio, you also get the Sony Companion App, so you can download that on iOS and Android. So basically everything you can do, you can like modify your settings and interface with it through your Bluetooth phone. So you can set your EQs up, you can set the speaker positions, you can set how far away your sub is, basically just go through all the settings like that. People have problems with this app, but I haven't really seen that many problems with it. You can also set your subwoofer level, which is actually really handy because sometimes I don't actually like to have it on at all, but yep. You can also go through all the presets as well. This is actually particularly handy because the menu on this to adjust your sound settings isn't the easiest to navigate, as I'll show you. Actually, I don't think I can show you because I think it's just going to bring it back up. Yeah, it's just going to bring it back up on there. So yeah, you can link it with apps like Spotify. So it'll now show you've got Spotify on there. It doesn't show you track IDs if you have Spotify hooked up through it like that. Sorry about that, the camera cut out. So the inputs on this one, you have your aux in, you have USB, which can charge phones, but it's not very fast. You can play MP3s from it. Strangely, Sony didn't put the a capability to read MP3 CDs into this, probably because it has Bluetooth and USB. But it does play CDs that also have track IDs on it. I don't actually have a CD in there that has track ID. On the back, you have 3 outputs. You have one for amplifier if you have front speakers that require an amplifier, another one for if you have rear speakers with an amplifier, and another one if you have a subwoofer like I do. This is actually quite handy for having all 3 of these, because if you have a car like an Audi or something that already has an amp built in for all the speakers and requires them connections, you have that and you don't have to buy an adapter. It has, for the DAB aerial, you need to buy your own DAB aerial for it. The one that I have for the Golf is a glass mounted one. Now I was going to put it on the window right there, but I actually have a few cracks in my window, so it's probably going to need replacing soon. So I ran the cable all the way down the door and into the back window here. The reception is pretty good on it, so you can get to the digital broadcast through that, take you straight to Radio 1. Also tells you the track ID. If you press search, it will show you all the radio stations you can receive right now. So Funkiss. So you can get all of them, and it also has something called FM link. So if your digital signal is a bit low, which driving through the countryside, under trees and all that, where I'm driving on them back roads, you do need that quite a bit. So sometimes the quality will just drop a bit, and that's it. And it will tell you there that it's linked to the FM area instead. Yeah, it's quite good the way it can switch pretty quickly to that, so you don't really lose any signal on that. But that is only supported on radio stations that have a FM frequency. So, say for example, Radio 1 will have it, Radio 1 Extra won't have it, so you literally just drop signal on that altogether. Radio 2 has it, Radio 3 has it, and also the only other radio that it doesn't do it for all the capital ones and stuff like that. But the only other one that it doesn't do it for is, I don't know, I can't find it, but it's called Talk Sport. If you listen to that, it doesn't switch to the medium wave for that, so that's just one thing to keep in mind if you're relying on it for Talk Sport. Other than that, it's also got a fully adjustable screen as well, so you can change the colour of the screen to whatever you desire. I have it as red at the moment, but you know, you can change it to all of these. You can also change it so it flashes to the music if you press rainbow and sound sync. So when you're playing music, if we just put something random on Spotify, there we go. Now, sound quality wise, if you're coming from, let's say, a Pioneer radio, I used to have a Bluetooth Pioneer radio. That's actually in my dad's Mini now. When connected to Android, it used to stutter quite a lot through Bluetooth, and with this, I haven't had any of the stuttering problems that I would usually have with Android. And the same with iOS, I haven't really had any problems with that either. Overall, this is actually a really good radio for the price. Obviously, if you don't use the DAB on it, or you don't need DAB, they do a version without DAB, which is about £30 or £40 cheaper. So if you need to save money there, then you can. Oh, one last thing this radio can do. If you're on an Android phone like myself, and you have NFC, you can just touch it up against that. Your phone will vibrate, and that will allow it to connect and disconnect. So if you have mates with an Android phone, you're like, oh, connect your phone up. Literally all you've got to do is touch it, and it will say connecting on your thing, and then connect up like that. That is actually a pretty awesome feature. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the quick look over of the Sony radio, and I would highly recommend it to anyone needing a new single DIN radio for their car.